Hey, everybody, this is Scott.
Hey, Scott!
Oh, boy. Hey, listen, fall's coming up. So what I want you to do is I want you to go over there and fall into that Barcalounger of yours and put your feet up. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Enjoy the show.
You're listening to the Comedy Food Truck Podcast. We talk life, food, relationships, and have fun with all of it. And now here's your host, comedian John Hill.
Welcome to another chance of getting it right. You ever do something for a really long time, you think one of these days we're going to figure it out? Mm-hmm. Like a treadmill? Never.
It's pretty rough.
At some point you just give up and you're like, ain't never going to be right. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm excited you guys are here.
Me too.
I don't mean my co-host. I mean the audience.
He don't like us.
No, I don't. No, it's we should start one of those VH1 behind the scenes,
Behind the podcast.
Like I said, VH1. Is there even a VH1 still?
I have no idea.
Do they have VH2 now? I don't even know.
Yeah, none of them play music.
None of
MTV.
MTV. I don't even know.
MTV turns 50. Thank you for 15 minutes of music.
Is that what it was? Are they 50 now?
Something like
They
that.
can't be 50.
Yeah.
81.
No,
They play-
No, it's 40.
yeah, I was going to
They turned
say
40 this
because
year.
I remember when they turned it on.
Yeah, they played.
Yeah.
They played
And
like
I'm
15 minutes of music.
Not
all.
that old.
Yeah.
Yeah, for them to be 50.
MTV.
I think it was in 8th
Are
grade.
they still around?
I want to say it was in 8th grade
Barely.
when they came on.
Yeah. Wow.
Really? Are they still barely around?
No, MTV's huge.
Yeah.
They don't exist the way you might remember MTV.
Right.
But no, they do all that, all the shows. They just have sub channels. It's got a whole
Wow.
conglomerate.
I've heard some of the old
Media
VJs on a Sirius XM radio
Yep.
station, but
Yep.
man,
Yeah,
one of them's on there's got a raspy voice.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember
Nina Blackwood.
Nina Blackwood.
Yeah.
Poor Man and Richard Blade and
Richard Blade's on Sirius.
yeah. How funny.
Yep.
Well, there we go. Walk down memory lane. It's a memory that's way too long for most of our listeners.
Behind
but
the podcast on VH.
yeah. But anyhow, welcome to the show, everybody. And my hosts are as follows. To my left is Mr. Jared.
Hey.
Hey. I'm just going to do an impression of everybody. And to Jared's left is Scott Hay.
Hey.
Hey. And to Scott's left is Ray.
Hello there.
Hello there.
That was pretty good.
I don't know.
That's pretty good.
We can both do Uncle Remus from the Song of the South.
Uncle Remus.
Hello there.
Remus.
Briar Rabbit. Hello there, Briar Rabbit. Crawled into the briar. That's different, see? No, that's not different. Zippity doo-dah. You're right.
Yeah, he sings that song.
Again,
It's a great song.
a couple shows ago, you were saying things and my head was thinking something different. And you did it again. When you said that, in my head, I heard Bare Necessities.
Wow.
So I was like,
what you
no,
were
that's not the same.
You were singing Bare Necessities earlier.
Was I?
Yep.
I do it pretty
Remember
much
you talking
every
about
day.
Baloo? You call me Baloo?
That was like 3 weeks ago,
Called
Scott.
him Baloo.
Call
3
him
weeks
blue,
ago.
call him red.
I said that's what he just hanging out with on his back, you know, in the water.
Floating.
He was talking about swimming.
Okay.
Scott supposedly fancies himself as a swimmer. He goes, I swim like an hour when I go work out.
You swim doggy
I
style.
said, what kind of
That's what I told him. That'll
of
take you way back.
swimming do you do? You do freestyle?
We do not talk about swimming on the show anymore. There are no swimming
So there's
styles.
freestyle, there's backstroke.
There's what other styles? There's other styles of swimming.
breaststroke.
Yeah.
What's the fourth one? There's a fourth. Then they do the medley. There's freestyle, backstroke.
Butterfly.
Oh, butterfly.
Yeah.
Butterfly.
I thought you
Yeah.
said butt stroke.
No,
I
backstroke.
was like, what the?
The
Never heard of
backstroke.
that one.
The backstroke. They're all bad. If you have a dirty mind, Scott, you can make them all bad. Scott's dirty.
I was simply just saying that I used to swim.
I know.
Swimming.
Why did you have to feel like you had to articulate that like we're all deaf? I'm saying I used to swim. What was that? Like we can't hear you. We all have headphones on. Swam. Swam.
Read my lips.
F W
Swimming.
Swim.
Something.
Damn.
Oh,
Man. Gosh. Right. So anyway, the show.
Yeah.
We wanted to follow up.
Is that what we're doing?
Well, a couple
I
weeks.
only know because we have headphones on.
It's true. It's the only reason I know we're recording. A couple weeks ago, we talked about TV shows that people. Now he's primping for the camera. He just stuck his tongue out at the audience.
Over there.
Oh, well, you just stuck your tongue out at the device that you have that you're working on.
Hey,
That has
Google.
an engineering rig.
Stop it.
There goes his phone.
No, the thing just totally crashed. I'm rebooting completely. Sorry,
man.
got a little sidetracked right there.
Hey, Google, history of swimming.
Would you
Now
like
that
to hear about doggy style?
Now that you've restarted the show twice. Now that you've had to come back twice.
Hey,
Sorry about
whatever
that.
it's called. Puppy paddle. I don't know. Whatever it's called.
Siri, subscribe me to the Comedy Food Truck Podcast.
Nice. Ding. Can't find it. I
does
don't know
not
how
exist.
Google talk. Oh, Siri, yeah.
Those four jerks.
Those guys. So we thought today what we would do, because we talked about TV shows that that people have watched that are kind of iconic or got real big, and we didn't see them. And now we thought we'd talk about movies with the same parameters. That means, Scott, the same understanding we had from the last time.
From this side to this side.
The
Parameters.
same parameters, paranormal meters.
Right.
So, movies that, a lot of people saw. So I'm going to start off like I did last time.
Okay.
So for me, the movie that because you guys got all on my case and messed up my Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones feng shui.
Didn't they
So I'm
say
coming
anything
back
bad about it?
at you. I'm coming back at you. I never saw no lick of Blazing Saddles in my life.
Wow.
Shame on you. You
Yeah.
horrible, horrible
Right.
man.
Wow. I don't care. You guys quote lines from it, and I know it's from that movie, but I have no idea where or why it's funny.
Wow.
We don't really know why it's funny either.
But no, seriously, that's one of those all-time comedy,
Wow.
favorites that people. It's on a lot of lists for great comedies. And I've never even seen it.
Yeah.
I've never
good one.
seen
Take that.
the Big Lebowski.
Okay. So I need to remind you of the rules
You're
of
going
the
to get
show.
yelled at. I've never seen it either.
I never
I don't
saw
even know what it's about.
I never
So, I
saw Moonstruck. That doesn't mean that's part of the show.
What?
There was a moment of tension as I looked at Scott on camera.
No, I don't
I
know.
don't think The Big Lebowski counts as iconic. Is it iconic?
I think it's a
I
cult
think-
classic. I
Cult
don't-
classic.
yeah.
Okay, I'll let it in the show.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good thing you brought your lawyer. on the basis of a cult
That'll be
classic, I will
$400.
include cult classics, and I guess Blazing Saddles technically could be a cult classic too.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, it's probably not
Yeah.
an all-time. Yeah. Okay. Go.
All right.
Proceed.
What about Titanic? I never saw Titanic.
Really?
either.
No, that counts.
Wow.
That counts.
That's
yeah.
a romantic whatever
Rom drum.
genius huge movie.
Right.
Also, I envy you.
Right.
Because you've
We all
never
envy-
seen it.
Okay, so I'm in
Jared
Titanic.
can't unsee it.
I can remember when I saw Titanic because I went with my wife, whose sister is Ray's wife, and I don't even think she was my wife at the time. I can't remember when Titanic.
Didn't we
came
all
out.
go? I thought
I
all
think
we may have all
10 of
gone.
us. Yeah, in
All
Covina.
I remember is in the middle of the movie, maybe 2/3 at best through the movie, Ray yells out, "Is this ship ever going to sink?
That was the best.
Or is this boat ever
we
going
were
to
there.
Is
sink?"
this boat ever gonna sink?
Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
Yeah.
I
I was like,
remember.
what's all this extra story? I thought this was about the ship.
Oh, man.
That was so good.
I remember sitting on the aisle and Diana having to grip into my arm saying, please don't walk out. Please don't walk out.
Right.
I was
right.
done.
Yeah.
I was done.
It's pretty bad. I mean, it was for what it was. I get what it was, and I could see why a large segment of people liked it. But yeah, I'm with you. But
Yeah.
this show's actually about never seeing it. So you never saw it.
No.
Was that because it never interested you, or you never had a girlfriend at the time? Because
No, it never interested me.
Because I would be completely disappointed in you if you had no girlfriend and still went and saw it.
No, I didn't have.
Okay.
I don't recall having a girlfriend, but I
I
never
would give
saw
you
it.
credit for starting the metrosexual movement.
Let me tell you that. Let me tell you that though.
That would mark the date that movement started. Is when a single man walked into that movie with no girlfriend
Flipped the switch.
and dug it.
Click.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
From a filmmaking and cinematography and
Sure.
the amount of work that went into the
music
film.
even.
Then the music, I have an appreciation for.
Yeah,
The story.
Just
Still a James
trash.
Cameron. Was it James Cameron?
Is James Cameron?
I mean, the guy does big well. You know, and even the whole story, well, you know, okay, but
Any girlfriend that would have dragged you to that would have been worth breaking up with.
possibly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, see?
Yeah, but at the same time, you get a pass because going into it, I think everybody thought it would be something not quite what it was. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it was still a big summer movie, or at least big whatever movie that broke out, whenever it broke out. And you would have thought, I mean, I remember just feeling like, wow,
Yeah.
it's okay, but it's just, it was.
It was 100 years ahead of its time. Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, it was 100 years behind its time.
Because then I would have been dead when it came out. I wouldn't have had to see it.
I see what you did there.
See that? Well, okay. Any other movies that are like huge that?
I've never seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh yeah, but was that more when
It's
you
more,
were born?
That's more of a.
You were too young
Well, yeah, but it's more of a cult classic kind of thing.
No, but it
that
qualifies.
People reference it. I've never seen. And then the
for
other
letting
one
in the
is,
Big Lebowski.
Well, yeah.
Hey.
Is that from that movie?
I have no
Is
idea.
that
I've
even from
not
that
seen
movie?
it either. I
Of
want
course,
I've
you
not
never
seen it
saw
either.
it, so
I don't know.
none
Could
of
be.
us have seen it. So I guess
Right.
we can't have it on the show for that. So now
Yeah.
it's disqualified. All right.
Yeah, both of mine are kind of cult ones. The other one is Spinal Tap. I've never seen Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
All right.
But again, they're kind of culty.
Spinal Tap's a little. It's cult. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
kinda
for
cultish.
sure.
Not
Never
as
seen
big as Rocky Horror Picture Show. The cult isn't as big.
Yeah, but never seen
How's
either
that?
one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the guys in the lead for Spinal Tap is in Better Call Saul.
Michael McKean.
Yep.
Yep.
Is it Lenny
Yeah.
or Squiggy? I can't remember.
I think it was Lenny.
Okay.
I think Squiggy was the other one.
Lenny and Squiggy are in 1941.
Yep.
They're manning an
As Lenny and Squiggy?
Yes, they're manning an anti-aircraft gun on the roof of a building.
As Lenny and Squiggy.
But they're manning an anti-aircraft gun. They're in the military.
So 1941 happens in the Laverne and Shirley universe, or does Laverne and Shirley's universe spin out of 1941?
I don't know.
They were the same age 30
Yeah.
years later.
Yeah, right. Same guys.
1941, was it set in 1941?
It's
Yeah.
19. It's
and
December.
Laverne and Shirley's what, the 50s?
1941. Yeah,
So they're the same characters 9 years before they're in Laverne and Shirley,
pretty much.
essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's
so they
wild.
survived the war. And then
By the way, I never saw 1941 either.
yeah, they're the ones that they put their gun through Santa's hand on the
Wow.
on the Coke billboard and they shoot
They shoot.
his hand.
Wow. I didn't know that. Was Laverne and Shirley out when the movie was made?
I think so.
The movie came out in like 1980, 81,
yeah,
something
I
like
think
that.
they
Was
were-
it John
so it had to
Belushi's
be
last
then.
movie?
It might be. It's Spielberg.
it was.
It's a Spielberg.
Yeah.
It's hard to find.
So in a weird switch,
yeah.
the actors are
See when I
older,
started?
Yeah.
Right.
but the characters are younger.
Right.
Right.
Wow.
Yep.
That kind of stuff blows my mind. That's Matrix level. I like that stuff. I like that stuff.
It's one of those where you go, hey, take that back. That's Lenny and Squiggy.
Yep. I will take that blue pill. Not the other one. I'll take that blue pill.
Oh, jeez.
You need the other one. Lenny and Squiggy. Talking about your Lenny and Squiggy. Anyway, what? I know people hate me. Any others? Did you say one?
No, I hadn't said it yet. No.
What you got?
Mine
Jared.
is
I was saying you to Jared.
the Lord of the Rings series.
Never saw them?
Really?
I saw
None of them?
I always joke. I saw the first 8 hours of the first one, and then that was enough for me.
Really?
The first 8 hours.
Yeah,
So
I
you
just
fail sometimes. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's a little bit like you explained Breaking Bad. You have to get far enough in to
Yeah.
make the rest of it worth it, and you're bailing before the rest of it becomes worth
to
the
me, from
waste
what
of
I
time.
saw, it just wasn't worth investing in. Yeah, which I was surprised me because for Lord of the Rings, I thought for sure it would be something I'd be into. It just like
It was pretty
is this
good.
ever going to end? I felt
not-
the same with Titanic.
I wasn't a geek like some with the whole book series, but in fact, I didn't even think about it. I never read the books. I didn't care.
Yeah,
I had a friend who was really into it, and I used to fight with him because I thought it was so geeky. It's like, what who cares? But I watched the movies, and I would say they were worth the time. But I'm just thinking of all the things that you have done with the same amount of time since then. And you want to tell me none of them were worse than what you could have done by watching the rest of that
That
movie?
was a strange path. to get there. That was weird. You lost me.
Oh,
I literally stopped listening in the middle of you talking to him just now.
Right.
And I came back. I like literally.
That journey
I like
was too long.
I was like,
He's going too
I just
far.
I sat down. We were walking, and I found a bench, and you kept going. I just was like, dude, just let me know.
Wasn't enough to retain your interest.
I'm just saying.
I'll tell you about it later. You won't want to hear it.
All right, thanks.
In all the time from that movie where you said, no, this is a waste of my time, there are not 5 hours you can have back to watch that movie?
Oh, I'm sure there is. Yeah, I could have at least 6 back with Titanic. I will say, though, given the choice between Titanic and Lord of the Rings, I would watch Lord of the Rings all day long.
Oh, yeah.
See, I never saw any of the Lord of the Rings, and I never saw any of the like Eclipse ones or the New Moon or all those ones.
Twilight.
Twilight.
Yeah, me
never
either.
saw any of those.
Have you
either.
tried to watch those?
No.
Okay, let's talk about those.
I mean,
for a
I've seen
minute.
scenes.
Well, let's
but,
talk about those for a minute. They've been on TV off and on recently,
and they got worse over time, obviously.
I can't believe that anybody would watch. Sorry, listeners, but that stuff is garbage.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
so bad.
Yeah, it's
So bad.
Are we talking like, excuse me, are we talking like Ishtar bad, or are we talking like
We're talking like try hard.
like Days of Our Lives type trash?
It's try hard. It is so.
Try hard.
I don't know what they're trying to do. It's just so over. Just stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
I can't.
But did you watch them as a 13-year-old girl?
No, I can't. I don't think I did.
Because that's what they were written for.
I need to channel.
I'm serious.
I
I
need
mean,
to
even the
channel
book
my
series.
inner.
The book series was written.
I get it.
Right?
I get the appeal in the but it's just.
No, I mean, I'm being
it's
serious.
so-
Like it wasn't really made, I don't think, for adults. But
I hope
people.
not.
The problem with movies like that, same with
Must be this smart.
the whole Mockingbird one. What not Mockingbird?
The Hunger Games.
Hunger
Hunger
Games.
Games. Yeah.
When the first one came out, the audience literally was like 12 to 15-year-olds. And I would say with the Hunger Games, it was boys and girls. But I really think with Twilight, it was like 12 to 15-year-old girls.
Yeah.
Because that's where the books were.
Yeah.
Okay, but then it takes a couple years each movie. They're almost 20 or something.
Right. They're all adults.
So, and then, it becomes big. So the point being that other adults are being drug in to watch that dumb thing. You know what I mean? But because I know exactly what you're saying. I mean, it's dripping with, just teen angst and just over the top, just mushy, gushy garbage and
really bad overacting.
Right.
Yeah.
But they became blockbusters because the audience bought in because of those books. I don't think some movies start out a little and they become big because of the quality of the movie. And everybody's like, you gotta go see this, you gotta go see this.
Right.
And other movies, they get that initial big because everybody's waiting on it, whatever. And I mean, honestly, Lord of the Rings and Twilight have a similarity in that a lot of people are into the books. But with Lord of the Rings, those books have been out forever. You have people in their 60s that love those books and would watch the movie.
Right.
I don't know of anybody in their 60s who's like, I can't wait to see how Twilight wraps up.
Hunger Games was books too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. A lot of them, a lot of those trilogies and long movies. Now they got the, what's the prequel to Harry Potter? I can't think of it. There's
Fantastic Beasts?
Yeah, that one. That's a whole series.
That's one I've never seen too. Any of the Harry Potter movies.
I didn't see the Harry Potter movies, but I did see the Fantastic Beasts, the 2 of them, or maybe it's 3. There's 2. I think there's another coming out. Something about Crimes of Griswold or something like that. All that.
Griswold.
What is it?
There's an RV, Clark.
Yeah, don't be getting attached
What
to
is
it.
Griswold?
Yeah.
It's something like that. It's a Grizz in it, though. I think there's a Grizz in it. But my point is, I like those movies. The Fantastic Beasts one was better. The first
Johnny
one.
Depp in those? Okay.
It was
That's
actually
the series he got fired from.
those were pretty good. Oh, did he got let go?
Yeah, because of his stupid thing, the legal thing that he's going through with his ex-wife.
Oh.
They kicked him out.
Got it. Well, I don't know how they'll write around him, but because they really
They're
just
recasting, I
had
guess.
barely introduced his character. The first one, he just barely shows up. Second one, he's starting to break out. By the third one, I think he's supposed to be the guy that they're going after, but whatever. The point, though, is that those were actually pretty good. I don't know about the Potter movies, but, I mean, those are pretty good.
I saw the first one, not by choice. Recently, actually. I can't remember. Somebody came over visiting one of our kids, and we were all hanging out, and they're like, let's watch this. I was like, okay. So we did. It wasn't bad, but it's not something I like, I want to watch the rest of them now. It just, yeah.
Well, and again, I think the older you get and you look back, it's not something you're going to, you know what I mean?
I'm not the target audience.
Yeah, I mean, it was all kids. That was a kids movie, the first one. And then the kids started to grow up, so did the actors, and then those kids became teens and then became adults. So everything changes, right?
Right.
So any other movie? I mean, I know there's more.
I'm thinking, yeah.
Some other big, iconic type movies that you never, either were never into or just never saw.
I didn't see all of the Star Wars movies. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, so I mean, I saw.
When you say all, let's start with the first three, which aren't really the first three.
4, 5, 6.
Right, the ones that came back in the very first three. Did you see any of those?
Yes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So you didn't see any of the newer ones?
Yeah, I haven't really seen many of them.
Because the first three didn't compel you enough to want to see the other ones?
I don't really know what it is. I mean, I liked it, but I guess it just wasn't, if I saw something else, I'll go see it later, and then later never came, and then I never saw it.
But you're not enough of a fan that says, one of these days I'm going to binge these all.
Right, no.
Like people might do now with Marvel movies or whatever. There's some of the Marvel movies I didn't see. I saw the Marvel movies, but I'm saying it's kind of fun to watch now when you can see it all compiled.
Right.
Continuing.
Right. And then you'll go back and watch for little things that maybe are the connecting points versus just the pureness of the movie. But that never happened for you for Star Wars.
No.
That's interesting.
But I like Star Wars. I mean, but I'm just not a big fan to where you wouldn't find me sitting at home binge watching it. No.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan, super fan, but I like the first three chronologically when they were released, not chronologically in the universe. I liked the first three and the last three didn't. I've actually thought about going back to watch the middle three because I just couldn't track with those three.
Yeah.
I had a hard time with
prequels
those.
I didn't care for.
Yeah, I couldn't. It was hard for me to track with those.
Yep.
But I've actually liked some of the solo type movies, like was it
Rogue One?
Yeah, Rogue One was pretty good.
Rogue
Some Han Solo.
Solo, yeah.
Yeah, Solo.
Did you like
That's true.
Solo?
Yeah.
Really? I
thought it was okay.
couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
Have not watched it.
I'm not a purist enough to be mad at whatever the shortcomings were.
Couldn't even go back to it.
I had a hard time at first getting over the fact that it's not Harrison Ford.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Or even close.
Right. Yeah. But I just made myself, because I'm like, I just want to know the story. I'm going to force myself to enjoy it.
Gotcha.
But once I was able to get over the fact that it wasn't Harrison Ford, I actually really enjoyed it.
Really?
It was a good story.
You know what made it worse for me was the dude that played Lando. Nails it.
Yeah. Daniel Glover.
Nails it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm like looking at the guy that's played Solo going, look, this is how you do it. This guy's nailing this character, and it's just like, it was so, I couldn't get past it. I could not. It wasn't, it was some other guy. It wasn't,
Yeah. I think if you watch it as just like I don't know, you'd have to kind of tempt it to where you can get past it. It's not Harrison Ford. And if you can do that, I think you would enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's a good story. Yeah.
I liked them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rogue One was really good, though.
I didn't.
Rogue One's really good. Yeah.
Draw that much of a comparison to him not, I guess, doing well with, playing a younger version of the dude.
Right. I thought he nailed some of the characteristics.
It wasn't that much younger anyway, because how many years was it before?
It couldn't have been that far.
That part.
That was the hard part for me, was trying
the
to
chronology
figure that part out.
when the the first one started, whatever. But I did like though in the Rogue One where they end up. They're carrying that message from Leia, right? And that's what kicks off the.
It ends right in episode 4.
They're doing a TV show based on the guy that survived. I can't think of it. Or was it? It's one of the characters from Rogue One. They're basically doing a Disney Plus show on him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I can't remember his name.
Loki? No, I'm just kidding.
No, not Loki.
Tom.
It's Tom, yeah. Tom, the Rogue One guy.
Tom the Rogue.
Tom, the guy, the one guy who survived from Rogue One.
The survivor.
I have a cult classic that everybody's going to get mad at me, including listeners, and they'll probably stop listening to our show.
Not if it's a cult classic. By definition, everybody in the audience.
I have seen this movie, and I've seen it twice.
So
you're defying the point of the show?
I don't like it.
Oh, you just weren't into it.
I hate it.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't mean you didn't see it.
Does it rhyme with
Slambo? No, I'm just kidding. No, it's cult classic.
Does it have to do with a guy with glasses and has a llama as a pet?
No, not that. The Liberty One commercial?
No. It is The Sandlot.
What?
I cannot stand that movie.
You can't stand it?
I can't stand it.
Wow.
Really?
For me, it was like, I don't know, because I played baseball as a kid. That was me. As I thought, this is a perfect movie for me. For whatever reason, it just rubbed me the wrong way.
Did you play as a kid in the 50s?
No. And I was never a 13-year-old girl either. So,
Wow.
but yeah, man, I don't know why. It just seems like so like forced and cliche to me. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what the appeal is for me, though. Is it's so cliche, and the kids, the acting is kids acting,
Yeah.
and that's the appeal to me.
And
yeah.
I feel the same way about the movie Hook with Robin Williams.
It's the same feel. Yeah.
I can't. I saw that movie because that movie played in the theater when I worked there. So I've saw bits and pieces of it at least 100 times.
Right.
And just after a while, I was like, that's enough already.
Wow.
Yeah.
But those movies, the charm of those movies is the nostalgia. So that's what draws you in, is you remember having moments just like that, even if you didn't say those exact lines.
Right.
I feel like, everybody...
The summers that you spent as a kid.
Right.
Well, or just even running around the neighborhood with your friends and doing stuff and getting into little adventures and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it seems like... I don't know. I'm surprised. I can understand maybe like I wasn't as into as everybody else. But when you say you can't stand it...
Yeah. It just
pretty
annoys me.
strong, really.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know what you want it to be.
Better.
I don't know how it would be better, though.
Honestly, don't know.
better?
It's
Yeah.
been so long since I've seen it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, because to me, like even another one that's similar to that is that Stand By Me movie,
Yeah.
where they find the dead body and all that, and they go through that.
That's
Or even
one
the Super 8
That's
movie.
one I've never seen.
Really?
Or what's that other one? Spielberg
I've seen
one?
bits and pieces of it.
That was a
Super
Stephen
8?
King.
See, never saw Super.
Stand By Me was a Stephen King story.
Yeah.
Stand By, but the
It
Super
was.
8 was Spielberg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing. It's just Goonies.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of kids running around doing stuff, and then you remember being a kid and doing not all that stuff, but I mean, you remember stuff you did, I guess. What do you think, Stockton?
I'm just trying to think of another movie
Stockton?
that you were talking about that had Rob Lowe, and they were like little gangsters.
You talking about? I know, Pony Boy and all them.
Yeah.
The Outsiders.
With the Outsiders.
Outsiders.
The
Yeah.
Outside.
Did you ever see it?
Yeah.
Never saw it.
Never saw it.
No.
And that was huge in my generation when I was growing up.
What's the one where they're
I
all
saw it when I was a
vampires?
kid. Oh, Lost Boys.
I
That's
never
the other
saw
one.
Lost
Never
Boys.
saw that either. I never wanted to see that one.
Never
That's a
saw
good
Lost
movie.
Boys. That's one of the Brat
It's one of my
Pack.
favorites.
Brat Pack movies.
Yeah.
Those kind of movies were
Kiefer Sutherland.
big. Those kind of movies were big when I was
Yeah.
growing up. I didn't like any of them. Why am I going to go watch a bunch of cover boys from Teen Throb or whatever?
All right.
I'm not going to go to that stuff.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to watch those movies.
Your girlfriend drags you to it.
I ain't trying to watch those
I'm
movies.
gonna go watch Titanic.
Right. That's what happens. You get older, and now you're watching The English Patient and the
Oh, come on.
and the
Hey.
Titanic, and then the.
Don't
I never
get
saw
me
English
started.
Patient. I never had to see
Don't
that.
get me
Ray saw
started.
it.
I never saw it.
Drove out,
House
to,
by
drove
the
out to
lake.
L.A. Drove out to Burbank.
That's
to see
right.
that.
To watch
Didn't you?
that?
Wasn't it like a screening or something?
What was even the draw of
It was
it?
a pre-screening of it, and we got tickets. And
Why would you even care? I wouldn't want to go. There's nothing about English Patient that tells me I want to go.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
I don't care.
So, anyways, I had
go.
no clue what it was, but yeah, we
Going
were
over
watching this
here.
movie. It's one of those movies you watch, and you just go, at some point, it's going to. Nope, it's not. Nope, this is it. This is how it ends. This is.
Yeah.
This
But
is,
did your girlfriend like it?
There's there's no payoff. There was no payoff in that movie. I walked out of there and slit my wrist. There was a kid. There was some kid out
And
there.
then you were the English Patient.
There was some homeless kid sitting out there begging for money. I punched him. I walked out of that theater, and I just. You got any change? I just knocked him out.
Anything more recent? Did everybody watch all the Marvel movies? Did you watch all the?
Yeah.
What else has been big? That's been stuff people wait for.
I'm way behind on my Disney Plus stuff. All that stuff that just came out.
Yeah, a lot of that's TV stuff though.
Well, yeah, that's not movie
movies.
stuff. Good point. Yeah,
Movies.
movies. No movies lately.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Oh my goodness! There you go again. Petticoat Junction, Chitty Chitty.
That's a
Bang
movie
Bang.
I loved as a kid and watched as an adult, and I was like, why did I love this as a kid?
Oh,
Because I was a kid.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Creepy movie.
Chitty
Pretty
Chitty
weird.
Bang Bang. I
Yeah.
don't even know what that is.
Dick Van Dyke is like a flying car.
Yeah, when they get into the part where the guy's like abducting the children and stuff, and I just like, I
Why
remember
every-
it's just creepy.
Why every time we do these shows, it's got to bring us back to black and white in the previous century? And
It's
everything.
color.
It's color.
When
It actually was a
Russia
pretty,
was still a
it's actually
threat.
got
I'm
some cool.
Like when he had to get
Back
under his
to the
desk
Cold
once a
War.
month to worry about being a shadow on the wall.
Wow. Wow.
Our demographic has got to be like, what?
We need to do another show on that. By the way, we got to figure out how we're.
How Russia was a threat?
How we're how we're trending.
Oh, yeah.
How
I
we're
thought
trending.
I
Our
thought you
metrics.
guys thought you guys were a clean show. I heard Scott say chitty chitty bang bang. Well, we've done a poor
so many jokes.
we've done a poor job of thinking of really good movies that we didn't see. But in the feeds, if you guys could let us know, we would love to know some big movies or franchises or something along that line that you never got a chance to see or weren't into. Or maybe you saw them and you just didn't see the point, like you didn't see the appeal like everybody else did. We would love to hear about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like we did the TV shows, because you guys did such a great job a couple weeks ago with all the comments that you left.
That's right.
And we were so motivated. We wanted to do this show and get some more comments.
Right.
Because in the end, we're using you to get metrics
Material.
and to break through logarithms on the social media.
Algorithms.
Oh, algorithms. What did I say? Logarithms. Well, that's what they call them in Oregon.
Logarithms.
You know who handles logarithms? A logger.
Loggers.
That's also what you drink.
They drink loggers.
They drink loggers.
I left them.
Anyway.
Nice.
Thank you guys for joining us this week as every week, and we will see you soon. We love you all. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye,
Bye,
everybody.
guys.